Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're going to go through the difference between gauge and absolute pressure and then the relationship between the two. So to start, absolute pressure is usually denoted as PABS, and this is in relation to a vacuum, so its 0 point is at a perfect or absolute vacuum, which is kind of where the name comes from in terms of absolute. And then we've got our gauge pressure, which is usually PG, or P gauge is often how I've denoted it as well. This has a 0 point at atmospheric pressure, so PATM, and some common values for the atmospheric pressure will be 14.7 psi, and then we have 101.325 for kilopascals, and we've also got 760 millimeters of mercury. And then finally, we've got 1.013 bar. These are some common atmospheric pressure or like sea level or basic just atmospheric pressure levels or values. So these are all interchangeable between them and they're all the same value, just different units. And then so to kind of demonstrate this in a visual way, and we have two reference points in terms of black lines. The left one is the vacuum, the right one is the atmospheric pressure. And as you can see, the blue line is absolute pressure, which starts from the vacuum and will go on for whatever your pressure is. And then your gauge pressure will start at the atmospheric pressure and go on. So there's that difference between them in which their starting points are located. So in terms of an equation, we can go ahead and write that our absolute pressure will be equal to our gauge pressure added to our atmospheric pressure. So this is the equation that we need to know to relate both absolute and gauge pressure to each other, knowing that we have our different values for the these different values over here for the atmospheric pressure. And to kind of give you a basic example, let's go down here. All right, so we got a quick example here. We have that our gauge pressure is reading 20 psi. And we know that from our relationship that our absolute pressure, PABS, is equal to our gauge pressure, P gauge or PG, plus our atmospheric pressure, PATM. And we remember that the atmospheric pressure was given in a few different unit systems, and in our case we have psi, so I want to use that the atmospheric pressure is 14.7 psi, and so if I plug this into the equation, we'll get that an absolute pressure is 20 plus 14.7 psi, which will give us a 34.7 psi total, and this is our absolute pressure. So that is our answer to this problem. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please leave down in the comments below any questions that you've got, and let me know what else you guys want to see in the future. And thanks for tuning in.